today we're focusing on transitioning from being gym climbers to climbing outdoors. We've been outdoors a few times and we're slowly building in confidence, but I don't think that we're yet as capable, as confident or as comfortable in the outdoor environment when we're bouldering as when we're in the gyms, and we're really keen to go outdoors and to be able to perform at the same sort of level with outdoor climbing. So far that hasn't really happened. Our gym grades are much higher than our outdoor climbing grades that we've managed, and also one thing I've noticed is I'm much more confident pushing myself and taking risks in that gym environment. I'm very comfortable falling. We're here today, we want to push our comfort levels more.
Well, you do.
I do. I want to push my comfort levels more.
I like comfort. I've not got any big goals for today. I'm feeling a bit tired. I'm not super psyched because I'm mostly here to just support Sam. But I might have a go on one of the routes that I was trying a bit last week but didn't get to the top of.
So behind me is Victoria Beckham and Bend It Like Beckham, a couple of problems, and Helen. What I'm going to do is give a go at Posh Spice, which I've climbed before. Use that, I was going to say use it as a bit of a warm-up. It's the hardest problem I actually managed to send last time we were here. But use that to sort of get my head back in the game.
This feels a lot harder than I remember. What was I using? The right foot here? Yeah, that one.
So can you get your right foot onto the rail? That sounds pretty good.
Felt relatively comfortable falling. I've done this one before, but yeah, the actual problem itself is a lot harder than I remember. The feet are worse than I remember, the handholds are worse than I remember, because between last being on this and now we've been climbing in the gyms where everything is made to actually hold on to or stand onto. With a rock, you know, the geological processes that erode them in such a way that they end up like there's no human input there. They're not made for us. We just try and hold on to them, and so there's a limit to what I can do. Got a really great sort of start hold here, and I say really great, but like my hands like that around it. A really great hold in a gym would be like, you know, a jug handle, that's why they call them jugs. And over here there's a decent hold for my left hand, and this is decent as well up here, but the feet are just pretty awful. This is all I've got for the foot. Like, it's like part of my pad if my finger fits on it, and I have to trust that and rock over all of my weight to the left so I can take my right foot off wherever my right foot was and get it higher. It's all just about trusting your feet and not falling off. Felt too scared to commit to bringing the foot all the way up then. Yeah, I can't lift up on it.
Okay.
Oh. I can't see what I need to grab onto.
You're okay. Take your time if you need to jump back. You're okay.
Ah. Ah. Ah.
You're alright, Sam.
Ah. 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 Oh, that was scary. There's quite an intensity of emotion involved with this. I don't know if you could hear my shrieks and squeals, but
Reminded me of me on the Pleasant Slab a few weeks ago when
Yeah.
I was like basically crying.
oh god, yeah.
Oh my god, it's not a ledge, what do I hold? Oh my god. Sam, there's nothing to hold on to.
That felt quite overwhelming because I got the right foot really high and it's such a good edge. I couldn't quite get my weight over it to stand up with where I had my hand. Just couldn't find any good handholds. All of this time I was feeling less and less secure and more like I was going to fall off. As I started to fall, I'm really lucky that my foot came out. It kind of felt a little bit stuck. Yeah, this is better. This is it. This is it. Is that left foot solid? Yeah, front four. Which is really trivial in the gym, but that was scary as outdoors is so different. Can you bring me the flip-flops for getting down?
Hello. So I'm going to try this route now. Well, I'm just going to see if I can do any moves on it. It's called Beckham Part 1 and it's a traverse from right to left on this block behind me that Sam's just climbed. I've not done a front 5 outdoors. I'll be pleased if I can do a couple moves. But I'm willing to try it even though it's harder than I've done before because it's a traverse and I love traversing. Yeah, I just feel very safe with traversing because obviously you're generally staying quite low to the ground if you're doing a boulder traverse. It's a nice way for me of like you can push yourself more physically without that added barrier of fear which you get from being higher up when bouldering outdoors, or I do especially. I think it's sort of trying to pick out what is the best of a bad bunch here in terms of footholds that you could use.
Because footholds don't really exist in the outdoors, do they?
No, footholds are things like this which you could basically fit like your end of your little finger on. And yeah, I'm having to wear my big shoes today because I've got really bad blisters from hiking. So I've got to wear socks, which means I've got to wear my big shoes that don't fit very well in the toe. There's loads of space. They're a bit gappy, so it's not ideal for small holes. I can establish, which is nice. It's always nice to be able to hold the beginning. There's this good underground. Actually, all of that's good. It's better than that. But then it's just where to move your feet to.
Hey, it's looking good.
I can do a move.
We're making some progress.
I mean, a little bit, sort of doing an extra move. You know, feeling like I'm working hard, but I'm not scared. I'm just having loads of fun trying to figure out the most efficient way to climb it.
Still feels like I need to get left foot further over. Oh.
So after another failed attempt where I've made maybe half a meter's progress, it reminded me that your expectations outdoors cannot be what they are in a gym. You might only successfully climb one route in a whole day, maybe a couple. You certainly won't hop between lots of routes, having lots of successes, especially if you're sort of beginner intermediate climbers like we are. Like at the gym, you know, it's probably okay to call ourselves intermediate climbers, maybe, I don't know, kind of like experienced beginners. It doesn't mean that there's going to be anything at an actual crag, at a bouldering area outdoors that you can climb. Because, yeah, geology or God or whatever you want to believe in, you know, science, they're not a route setter, and they're not a generous route setter for beginners anyway. So your expectations going outdoors should be to try hard and to find enjoyment in the process of trying hard. That's the best way of approaching it, I would say. Yeah, developing patience and developing resilience is something that climbing outdoors is bound to instill in a boulderer, in a climber, because yeah, you'd constantly being shot down.
I'm already like pleased that I've done like one or two moves, and I might do a bit more. Might get like close to halfway across today, which I think is good progress for one session.
Right, so you've just had another attempt.
I feel like I'm doing a bit of an Adamandra there. It's like the first time where I've ever felt like individual moves, I was like trying so hard that I was like making noises. Not out of fear, but out of just actual effort, even though I was like hardly moving. It wasn't like an Adamandra, like really powerful, like it was like a
Helen doesn't like the fear really of climbing high, but I think for me it's actually part of the appeal, is putting yourself through that and then overcoming it, because I'm getting really bored with this route. It's really challenging, and you're just going sideways, so it doesn't have that same intrinsic reward for me. I'm getting quite bored of it, but the stuff that scares me is inherently, like, you get a rush out of that adrenaline, the cortisol, I don't know. So that's more progress on the harder one than the easier one, or graded easier one. Just since I'm here, shall I just try the second half maybe? So I was like that, so I'll try that move again. Oh man, yeah, where were my feet? That worked. feel like this is one of the harder moves actually, I don't think I can do that bit. This offers very, very different challenges to the previous one. That was all about precision, footwork. Here, the footwork I can see is going to be more and more important as I'm trying to do the more difficult moves here. But it's all about strength and endurance. But yeah, I'm really pleased how the first attempt for today went. I'm exhausted. I can't do that bit.
Good job.
Oh,
Really good attempt.
oh, yeah,
It's very good there.
yeah. At this point, what's limiting me is my power endurance.
Yeah.
So that's something I can target in the gym and come back. Yeah, so I'm really pleased with that attempt. My intuition now is that I'm not going to be able to make it any further than I have. So there's not really any point in me trying any more attempts from the beginning. But by the time I get here and I feel really pumped and there's quite a big hard move, it will be valuable for me to work out what's the most efficient way. How do I make that move in isolation? So I might do a bit of that, but I'm going to rest first. I've got tired arms. And Helen's going to have a play, see what she thinks. That was brilliant. Yeah. So one of the differences when you're climbing outdoors is I've found that you run out of skin faster. The rock here anyway is quite sharp, quite rough on the skin. We've still got a bit of skin left, we've still got a bit of energy left, still got a bit of motivation left, so we're going to go a bit further into the woods to the Wallace Lab area. a lot scarier than some others. Trying to be brave, and like if I go that way there's a few good edges, but I think that just feels too far to fall today. Traverse into the same top out.